I don't know why I don't see the screen here. Maybe I should turn it off and on again. Good morning, everyone. Let me just, we had just a little bit of difficulty with the system. I'm just fixing it. Give me 1 second. Okay, good morning, everyone. I don't see this, all right? Do you see that? Maybe it takes some time to warm up. Do you have a computer? Can you connect to the class? Because I don't, maybe you cannot see the screen. No, I'm just saying like if you want to use the Zoom to see my screen because it's not showing here. Are you okay with that? Let me just ask support projector issue. Okay, so someone will come and fix the projector. Okay, everyone, welcome to another session of our class. I hope everybody's doing well. A couple of things to start with. First of all, if you've got anything you want to share with me, I'm more than happy to hear that. Okay, you don't have anything right now to share. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I'm putting it here so you can see that. And can you see my screen as well? Thank you. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say is that I put it in our announcement. So two things to consider. The individual assignment is there. Excuse me. And this is for AI business application presentation. So I will talk about it. I will show you how it works. There are different steps to that. Okay, so I will talk about this one. The other thing is that we're going to have our guest speaker also. I don't see that here. I don't see the details. Welcome. Yeah. So this one, our guest speaker will be here on Tuesday, July 28th. Okay. So I was not sure if I can have this person because she is really great. The person is coming from, she's a criminal investigator. So you can ask lots of things related to what they do in, you know, because they work for police, right? So you can ask or see like what they're doing. So Crystal is going to be the one who is going to walk us through that. And again, you can come with your questions. She will be joining us virtually on August 28th. So it would be very good. So not next week, the week after, we will have her joining our session and we will enjoy learning from her experience. So don't forget about this one. Again, you don't need to do anything for that, but just I want you to be present in that session if you can. And then another thing is the individual assignment. So make sure that you are working on that. So let me show you individual assignment or the assignment that we have. It is under assessments and it's called individual assignment, this one. AI business application presentation. So this one, you could see that you have 10 days to get this one done. And then don't forget that I'm always okay. You can use AI to do any of my assignments, okay? But you need to understand what you're doing. And something that is very, very, very negative these days is when you are seeing a person copying some meta information or metadata from AI. For example, they say, here is your, like you're sending an email and in your email it says, here is the clear version of your email. And then it says, hello, and then blah, blah, blah. So you need to remove that part, right? Make sure that those parts are not there. Have you seen this? For example, I would say, I can go to Gemini, and then say, for example, write an email to my professor and ask for extension on my assignment. What's that? Extension on my assignment. You know that you can always you on my assignment due to health issues. Okay, so you see when you are asking AI to write something like that for you, it is giving me two options, right? But then make sure that you're not copying the rest of it, right? Which response is don't copy that part, right? Some of the magazines or journals these days, some of the places, if you send them information that has AI parts inside it, they will ban you from working with them for 6 months or a year. So be very careful. Okay. So let's take a look at this individual assignment. So the assignment is to design, help you apply your understanding of artificial intelligence in business contexts. Okay, now I didn't want to limit you to one thing. You can choose the part that you like the most, or maybe you didn't learn the most. Maybe you want to spend this time to learn more and to understand better what AI is working in this area, or if you're interested in something, one part of the AI in business, then you can use that. So this project previously was a group assignment. I just changed it to individual assignment. So you are all working on it individually, and you're required to select a business application of AI. Any of those, for example, human resources, marketing, sales, customer service, risk management, AI accounting, finance, AI in governance, ethics, compliance, whatever you like. Okay. Then do a research and explain a relevant AI tool. So, for example, in AI in human resources or AI in customer service, talk about one AI tool that is over there. And then you're going to talk about that, present it to us. Okay, so for example, you say, okay, I want to explain, for example, Hootsuite, this one. This is a social media manager. Now, take a look at it. If you see any AI in this, right? And see what it does, and then how can it help us? Or for example, another tool would be, you can find lots of them. For example, AI in marketing, right? And then you see, the Hootsuite is one of them that I showed you. There are so many other ones. For example, Salesforce, and the other one. There are lots of different platforms that you could look. choose the one that is very professional and is very important, because then you will learn something, and then by sharing the information, your other people, your classmates also will learn this. This is very nice and helpful. So then you're going to create a presentation. Try to put a screenshot of your work there, or a video of yourself doing this. And then you're going to record your presentation. Let me show you how to do this. All of us at Seneca have access to PowerPoint. Have you ever used PowerPoint before? Yeah, that's good. So you can have a PowerPoint, and then I can create my presentation. For example, I will just add, for example, AI and marketing, right? And then I will add my name here, and then you can add lots of different things. I can add new slide here. You can add pictures. I think you know all of this. Personally, with more dynamic in your presentation by including your camera. Ew, that's nice. They added this part, so I can add myself to the presentation when I'm doing this. And it's like I can add this preview. You see our camera is going to be included there. Not this one, but this one. And then this is, we can add the presentation. I can insert a picture from my device if I have anything, or from online pictures. Again, for online pictures, you have to be careful because so many of them, they have, you need to put the reference there, which you see here, like it's telling us. Now, you see this one that I have? I can remove this box. Now, I can also remove my camera if I don't want it. I just hit delete. And something else I can do is that you can record your audio here. For example, I would say, I'm just going to record it here, audio record. Sound record. And you can, I'll just say audio, sound record. I will give you the name, slide number 2, and record. So here I'm talking about 100 startups using artificial intelligence to transform industries. So you could see that some of them are conversational AI bots. We have vision ones, the ones that are related to automation, robotics, and cybersecurity. So I just said that and I recorded myself. You see, I can listen to this. So here I'm talking about 100 startups. It is using artificial intelligence. I can't hear it loudly. So when you're doing it for your presentation, make sure that your microphone is loud enough when we are doing this. People at home, can you hear me well? Or is it is it?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I cannot hear you. Can't wait a second.
Hi.
So
we can hear you.
now I can hear you. Perfect, thank you. Yeah, because it was not loud enough. I thought like maybe you're not able to hear me. So, okay, so I put this sound file or like icon here outside my presentation. And when I click on this presentation, when I go to the next one, it will be automatically played when I turn this into a video. So if I have 10 different slides. On each slide, you can talk like this. And then you will save your work. I will save it on my computer. I will save it on in my documents. Okay. And after that, I will save this as a video file. You see this one? It says MPEG-4 video. I just save it as that. Depending on the size of your file, this could take between, and your computer. You see right now it's taking like a little bit time to complete. So this could take about 1 to 2 to maybe like 20 minutes to compile this. Now I have a video file with my voice on it. Downloads, documents. Here is the video file, MP4. This is the one. And you can see that this is a video. So, and here I'm talking about 100 startups using artificial intelligence to transform industries. So you could see that some of them are conversational AI bots. We have vision ones, the ones that are related to automation, robotics. So what did I do? Again, going back to our process. So for this assignment, you are going to do a research. You will create a presentation. You will put this presentation as I showed you. You select AI tool, how it's used, blah, blah, blah. Create 10 slides, topic, AI application in selected area, real world use case. Again, if you don't know a real world use case, ask your AI tool. I don't know if you're using ChatGPT or if you're using Gemini or if you're using any other tools. It's not important to me, but you need to create real use cases or examples of your tool. Explain the selected AI tool and visuals such as screenshots, diagrams, or examples of the tool. When you are finished, you will upload your work to SlideShare. So the work that you created with PowerPoint, you will put it on a SlideShare, and then you will record your presentation as I showed you, like for 5 to 10 minutes. PowerPoint will make it this one, or you can use any other tools. When you're finished, you will go to YouTube, and on your YouTube channel, here you see it says create. You can upload a video. So I will upload the video that I created. Select file, download documents. Here is the file. You see the one that I just put it as MP4. Open. It is AI and marketing. And I can put a thumbnail or there, pictures. And it says, no, this is not for kids. Next, if you want me to see that, if you want to get a mark for that, you should go and put this. Make it private. It is going to make it like invisible to me. So either make it unlisted or public. If you make it public, everyone can see that. If you make it unlisted, the person who has the link can see that. So you can either go with this one or that one. I don't really mind either of them. As long as I can see that, that's good. If you want to make yourself more visible in the market, go with the public. And then share. You see here, you can copy the link. I will save it. And then send me this link. So in your assignment, you're going to send me your YouTube link presentation. Okay? And this is how you're going to get graded. So different things. You are free to choose any AI tool to help you. You are free to choose any subject of AI that you like in business. You are free to choose any tool in that subject. You are free to choose the presentation file, all of them, you can use any of those. Okay, now when you create those, when you are finished, save your slides, share your slides with me, and then make your work as a video, and then share your link of your video. So you are presenting this presentation as a video in that YouTube link. Okay, so there are lots of benefits here for you. You learn about different tools. First, you're learning about your AI tools, how they work. You're learning about a subject that you prefer here. You will learn how to use PowerPoint if you have not done it yet. You will learn how to use SlideShare. Again, SlideShare is very, very good professional platform for sharing slides. And YouTube. So you will put everything on YouTube. Again, if you have not done this, if you put, there's so many people who make money with YouTube. Again, it's not just by doing this presentations, but do you know how much money people make on YouTube? You want to see something? Let me show you this. I will go to YouTube, not YouTube Studio. So I will go to YouTube here and I would say Roma and Diana. You see, these are, I don't know if you have seen this. These are two kids. They make videos. Okay. Look at the number of views there. 2 million. 17 million. 39 million. Okay. Now, let me show you this. I will ask Google, or I can just go to Gemini or any tool that I have. Here, I'm just going to ask it here. A video on YouTube with 30 million. How much money we can get from? So, I would just want to see like how much money I can get from YouTube video with 30 million views. So it says, it's not like this, it's going to be like, but look at that. Low end, it is $30,000, average $90,000. High end, it is like $300,000. Okay, so you can see that a person like this company that they created, and then you can see how many subscribers do they have? 138 million subscribers. This is like, these videos are like super easy to make, these ones that I'm showing you from Diana. And then they are making it more professional these days. And you could see, I don't know if you have seen this brand, they created their own brand. They're selling their dolls at Walmart. Okay, but if you want to look at the other things, for example, if you look at Michael Jackson in comparison with this one, and see, for example, this video, this is a live of Billie Jean, 44 million. And again, somebody like this person has 77K subscribers. So those kids, they had more, right? If you go to like some famous people like Bruno Mars, everybody knows Bruno Mars, right? Bruno Mars. No, not this one. Look at this Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga is like 1.7 billion views. Okay. And you can see like 91 million. You can see like a person like Bruno Mars has 44 million subscribers. And again, I just wanted to show you, like, this is the assignment that I gave you. I just did it with some other purposes. It's not to make it difficult for you. It is important because I want you to see the potentials, you know, how to do this one, that one, how to work with all. Everybody's good with this assignment? It is 15% of your total grade. Do you have any questions, anything?
The recording should be the screen or the whole.
Which one?
The recording should be this on the screen or.
Yeah, so as I showed you, you see, you go on this presentation, you can record your voice, right? When you finish, you go to file and you will save it as a video file. Then it will become something like this, like a video file. Can you see my screen now? Something like this, you see? I have the first slide, then it goes automatically to the second one, and then my voice. Here I'm talking about 100 startups using artificial intelligence to transform 2 slides, 1, 2, and then this one had a voice. And then if I have another slide, and I add another voice here, and again, I'm just taking it outside, so it's not inside the presentation, this icon. I can create this one and add another voice, and then it will make a video of that. When you save it as MP4, it will make a video. So if you like, you can be in the video, add yourself there. If not, just your voice and the presentation is okay. That should be enough. Again, my main goal is to make sure that you learn something new as you are doing this assignment. It's not to check what you already know, it is to help you to learn something new by implementing all of that. Okay. I wanted to do something, again, before we go into our AI presentation parts for today, I wanted to show you something cool. Do you remember have you ever seen this Snakes game? This one, the old one, maybe like some older versions. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever tried making one? Let's try to make one with Gemini. Okay, so I will go to Gemini Google. And again, Gemini Google is free for everyone who has Google account. So you can easily go there and then you use it. You don't need to pay anything there, okay? Just go there. Based on picture yourself in here. No, not now. So here, I would say, I want you to create a snake game for me. Look at this. And it is creating this code. I don't need to know coding, right? So the code is here. I'm doing it and I will let you do it yourself, okay? So I will go there and I will copy this, copy the code. I will go and open Notepad. Here is my Notepad. I will paste the information in the Notepad just as it is. File, save as, and I will call it snake.html. You can call it whatever you want, right? But I just called it snake.html. You see this file? I will double click on it. And there we go. Ready? Let me run it with You can open it up with anything. I will just say open Chrome. Game over. Okay, you see the green one is me. Okay, you see how it works? I can go back to Gemini, like I will wait for you now to do it. This is kind of like what we call it as vibe coding. Have you ever heard of this, vibe coding? Is this something that you have heard of? Let me show you, vibe coding. So vibe coding, it means that you don't know coding. It says it's a development method where you describe what you want to build in a natural language. So I didn't code anything. The computer coded HTML for me and it gave me answers. Or it is like doing the game for me. Now, I wanted to show you this as something to open up your mind and then show you that you are capable of doing this, right? So go there, do this for me, copy the code, and then put it in this file and then save it as something HTML. Then when you run it in your browser, I will just go and run it in my browser. I will put it in my Chrome and it will work, right? You need to be very fast because it's like going fast. I can go there and make the coding and say, okay, I will give you something, for example, make it easier for me, or make it slower for me, or let me choose if I want the game to be slower or faster. I will try to play very well, show you my snake skills. It is difficult with the keyboard. I remember it was easier with the phone. Is it working? Anybody who started that in class at home? Were you able to create something like this?
You created the code, but I haven't tested it yet.
Okay, okay. I'm just waiting. Do you want to help? Do you want help? Okay. It's so cool, you know, you can do this. And then this is very interesting because it can do lots of things, you know. Again, I will wait for you to create this. As you're working on this, I will go and say, create a tic-tac-toe game for me. So you see the same thing. It is thinking, it is creating the code, and I have the code, there we go. Again, this is HTML format. If you're using a computer or if you're using a phone or if you're using different platforms, it could be a little bit different. So I will paste the code here, save as tic-tac-toe.html. Okay, so this is my tic-tac-toe, look at that. X, O, X, O, X. You see, player X wins. I can reset the game and again play. Player X wins. And you see, I can play it versus computer. That's also fun. Uh-oh, I lost. How do you like it? Did it work for you? Are you enjoying playing the game or it's still in the process? Let me do another. Create a simple calculator for me to run in HTML. So lots of things that we had before. I can have this. Do you see this one? Copy, put it there, a new file, paste, file, save as, calc.html. I'm just going to open it with Google Chrome. Look at that, 7 times 96. It's super simple. It doesn't have all the numbers. That's cool. That's funny. You see, this is this is the reason that like sometimes it doesn't really work, right? So look at that. This one.
If we wanted to, could we sell the snake game?
Yeah, sorry, you want to do that? What?
If we wanted to, could we sell that snake game?
Yes, you could do that. Yeah, it's yours, right? Just you know, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want with that. You could create anything, right? This is what we call it as vibe coding. But again, if it is getting some more sophisticated, complicated, for example, let me show you. We have some tools like this one, Base 44. Base 44, it's using AI to create applications, websites, different things, right? And you can see the things that it has already created. But again, for Base 44, when the apps are getting a little bit more complicated, then you need to pay for everything. Pay for the database, pay for this, pay for that. What we are doing right now is like a simple thing, and I can just go and debug it. You see, it didn't work. Check it again. And again, you are the owner of your creation, right? So if you want to sell it, if you want to do whatever you wanted, you could do that. So I asked to rebuild this, and I will just put it back there. I'll save as calc.html. Yes. Let's see if this new calculator works. Okay, now it looks good. 25. You see, but when I click on it, it doesn't add anything. 5 plus 6 equals. Maybe there is something wrong with my browser. Let me choose another browser. For example, Firefox. Yeah, no, it's not working. So I will go back and say, when I click on the numbers, they do not work, and I cannot even add simple numbers and get results. So what is the problem? Let's see if it can fix it. Why this one works better, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now it's thinking. And you see, this is a Flash model. If I go to Pro model, like we have like some better models that are better than that. I apologize. The most common reason local if bottoms won't respond are this, 100. So let's just copy this one, try one more time. I'm just deleting everything, paste this one here, file, save as, place, and see if this one works now. Yes, 8 plus 6, 14. So it's working now. You see, you can create your own code. Now, I would say I like this. I want to create a file that has this calculator on the left side and a snake game on the right side and tic-tac-toe game at the bottom. So you can ask, and again, the system is creating that, and then you can say, okay, here is my logo for the company. For example, as you said, here is my name. I want you to make it like this, change the colors to that. And this is what we call it as vibe coding. Again, you don't know coding. You don't know what is this? Like, what is this? Like, why do they have this bracket? Where is it coming from? What is case? You don't know, and we don't care at this stage. Right? So it says, this is another one. I'm just going to open it. I will copy that as this, and I will put it in my downloads. Let's see. Okay, you see, I have everything there. I have a calculator that can work. Okay, now, so this is working. Start the game. And this one is infinite, so it doesn't have a border to make the life so difficult for me. Okay, I can just start the game here, and I can play this game with my friend at work, whatever. How did you like it? Is it good? Is it fun? And you know, yes.
Has a lot of potential.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Exactly.
But I'm confused about something. If I create a book or a song with AI, I don't own it and I can't sell it. But if I create an app, I do own it and I can sell it.
First of all, who said that if you create a book with AI, you cannot sell it and you don't own it? That is not correct.
The professor before you said that.
It depends how you're doing this. You know, I'm telling you because I'm an author, okay? Let me show you. I am selling books and I use AI that helped me create that. So let me show you. If I say AI and you put my name and then just say book, this is the book that I am selling right now on Amazon, right? This book is mine. I wrote the book. I can go and take a look at this. Here it says read sample. So in this book, I'm talking about how to create assessments that people cannot go and simply put it in AI and then get the results, right? Something that helps our students to learn better, okay? Now, when I put this, I was using AI to help me with the idea. For example, I was putting a paragraph there. I wrote the whole book myself, but I say, okay, what do you think of this one? Oh, you don't see that. Sorry. Let me just do it again. This part, okay? So if I search for my name and here is the book. Do you see that now?
Yes, we
So-
do.
Okay, perfect, thank you. In this book, first of all, this picture was generated by AI, and then you see the icon here. This icon means that it was generated by AI. Everybody knows that. So there is nothing to hide, right? I don't want to say like, oh, no, I didn't use AI where I used it. No, but I'm open about it. And I said, when I wrote the book, it is very difficult to keep the consistency to make sure everything is okay. And then previously we had to pay someone to go and read the book, edit the book, make it look nice, making sure that everything is, for example, maybe when I'm writing something, maybe sometimes I was writing it in American style, Canadian style, but then we need to have consistency there, right? So all of that, I used AI for that, right? So you see, this is the book, and this is my beginning of the book. You look at this, a note on the use of AI. So I mentioned that I used AI, right? This book is my own book. The ideas, arguments, strategies, and examples throughout it came from my own teaching, research, and conversations with fellow educators. While revising the manuscript, I used generative AI tools as an editorial assistant, mainly to tighten wording, smooth, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just mentioning what I did and how I used AI in this book. And it's okay. You can do this. You could sell the book. No one is telling you not to do it. When I was publishing this, just the publisher will ask you if you used it or not. And then again, I told them, and it's also written in the book, and it is also, you don't see this here. Yeah, about the author. You see, when I'm talking about myself, at the end, again, I said, a note on the use of AI, the ideas come, blah, 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 are mine. And I use generative AI tool to help me edit and refine the manuscript, including improving clarity and flow. So you can use that. This is another example. I will show you one more thing. Everybody knows Billboard. You know Billboard? Do you know that? Are you a big fan of music or not? So Billboard is always like showing what is right now. You see, Billboard Hot 100. And then this is week of July 18, and it shows like what is right now number one, based on the number of downloads people have, okay? Now, when people are downloading, they don't download always for free, right? So they pay for that, okay? Now, one of the songs that was generated and is creating money for people, as you said you cannot sell it, but I'm telling you that it's not correct. Have you heard this song?
You, just you, building.
Wait a second.
Been beat down, but I don't stay low. Got mud on my jeans, still ready to go. Every scar's a story that I survived.
You like it?
I've been through hell, but I'm
No.
still alive. They say slow down, boy, don't go too fast. But I ain't never been one to live in the past. I keep moving forward, never looking back, with a worn out hat and a 6-string strap. You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been like.
So they ain't changed the song, they ain't changed the tone, right? So look at that. This song was on the top list in Billboard some weeks ago, or maybe like months ago. And look at the number of viewers, 3.6 million views, right? So this means money, right? For people who created this. And it's on YouTube, they are making money. It's on Billboard, it's on different places. People are making money. So I don't know why the professor said that you cannot do it. Maybe under some circumstances, but you can make songs, right? And there are so many tools like this that is helping you to create a song. I will go back to this one. And again, if you are a big fan of creating song, look at this. Create music, right? And what kind of song do you like? Latin pop is okay? Okay, and then I will customize it and say, I want to talk about a nice group of friends who went into a course at Seneca called, I'll just put our course name. Just copying this. There we go. And their professor name was this, and he was working with them to learn AI better. And they all had so much fun together, right? So look at that. Who said we cannot make money? We can all make money together. This is simple. You see, this is unpaid version. If you want to do it more realistic, if you really want to go into a business model to make money really on that, that is also doable. I don't think that you cannot do that. I don't know why the professor said that. Yeah, again, you can go and talk to that person, or I can talk to that person. Now listen to this, what we created.
En Seneca, Toronto, con la cruz subiendo de nivel. Clase de allá en business, una vibra super cool, you feel. Navid Nazgan, el profe nos enseña con pasión. Desbloqueando la data, pura inteligencia en acción. Somos mentes conectadas, flow digital y corazón. Celebrando la amistad, esta es nuestra graduation. Y qué bien lo pasa.
Okay, it is too loud. I don't know if you can hear it properly.
Y qué bien lo pasamos.
How did you like it? Was it good? Anybody speaking Spanish, did you like it? Was it good or not? Again, I can go to another, again, you can create whatever you like. So you see, I can have lots of different things like this. And K-pop style. Do you know K-pop? Yeah, do you know K-pop? K-pop style song, like the Golden Song. You don't know that? The Korean ones. I like more clarity on ownership and copyright. So far, 2 professors, 2 opinions. Yes. Well, I will tell you that there are different reasons on that. I will tell you. some of the platforms, if you create it, you cannot sell it on them as they are. So, but then you see right now, let me just.
Yeah, Seneca crew on the scene. Navid Nas hands master key. AI in business, a new vision. Our joyful mission, making it bright. 미래를 열어, 미래를 열어. 함께라면 두렵지 않아. 함께라면 두렵지 않아. We got the AI dream. We got the AI dream.
So first of all, there are some debates in the platforms that should they allow AI made things on the platforms or not. So YouTube right now, if you're creating any content, if you say create a post, if I want to create something or create content here, sometimes, it was because I will tell you this. Look at this one. If I go and download this song, right? Like I want to download. It says share track. Link copies. Copy link, okay? Or I want to do something else. Let me just download it. I will download it as a video, okay? And I will put it here. And I'm going to go to create. You remember I showed you at the beginning, upload a video. And I'm going to upload the file that I just created, right? So this one. See, it's giving a proper name, or I would say like Seneca song. AI song. It is not for kids. Okay. Initial check. I would say make it public. We are still checking the content, publish anyway. Close, and I will go to my videos, see if it's there. It's still not there. Okay. I still don't see it there. Because they are right now checking the content, right? So the thing is that I will get notified later if they are okay with me to publish this or to have this video there. You see, it's coming in shorts. And let's.
Yeah, Seneca crew.
So because it's there, if I have lots of views, then I can get money on that, and then that's mine, and then I don't need to pay any royalty fees to Gemini for that. This is 100%. Okay. And I'm going to tell you something else. Some of these contents, when you create them, some of the platforms, they say, okay, this is our information. This is our property, and you cannot share it with anyone else, or you cannot sell it. I don't know if you have read Instagram's agreement. I remember I read it about 10 years ago, and it was saying at that time, I don't know if you remember, Instagram had like very beautiful filters for the pictures, and it didn't exist anywhere else. So Instagram was saying, if you are using any of our filters to take a picture, the picture is not yours, it is ours. So your selfie with a filter from Instagram was making the picture to go to them and not to be yours. Okay, so these are the things that, again, you have to be careful about. But the thing is that you see, I can upload that here. I can monetize this video. You see, under the analytics, I can see what's going on, if it is good or not. And again, if I want, I can share this with. You see, it's unlisted. I can make it public, publish. Nobody said anything. And I want to show you something else. You see, brainstorm video ideas. I can create ideas for this. I can go back, share this link with all of you. You could go and watch this, and then it will give me analytics. I can make money on that. So who wants to stop me from doing this? If there is a content, let me show you. If there is any content that it is not yours, it will become like this. You see this one? This was from TV. I just uploaded the video, and it is saying that, you see, this is from Omni TV, and it says I cannot, sorry. It means that I cannot, so starting now, every time we watch it, it gives you, no, it doesn't give me money every time. But, if you want to monetize your videos, you need to have, you see, for example, this one, let me show you. If I want to monetize it, you need to do lots of things. So right now, I don't have anything here. Some of the videos that are very popular, you need to get, I think you need to get like 1,000 people watching it, something like that. And then after that, you can monetize it. Let me check. I don't see the option here anymore. Let me double check. I can check with this and say, how do I monetize videos on YouTube? Previously, you could do it easily. Right now, let me just double check. Maybe they have made some changes. You see YouTube Partner Program, while most creators associate monetization with ads. So you can have ads there. So it means that when people are watching the ads, then you can get paid. And then look at this. It depends. The two pathway to eligibility. I'm not eligible. Because of that, I don't see the option. I need to have, you see, 1,000 subscribers. Path B, again, 1,000 subscribers. Activity metrics, 4,000 public watch hours, or 10 million public shorts views. So I don't have any of those. 4,000 public watches. Like, look at this. This one, how many people watched it? Let's see. How to prompt? I have only 113 subscribers, and 17 we used last month. So, this is like very professional thing related to teaching. Not many people like it, right? But if you want to, like for music, it's a totally different story. And that is like absolutely 100% different. Now, when people get, again, if you get those numbers, then you will see an option that you can monetize it. Again, it says a step by step. You can also do this, go to earn, blah, 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 and then add different things there to get money. Just be careful if you're doing any of those. YouTube is Google is very sensitive. So if anybody is like trying to ask their family to go and watch the video so he can make more money, that doesn't work. The system will suddenly stop your account. Okay, so I think that was enough for this part. If you have any more questions, let me know about anything in business, in AI. I'm more than happy to discuss that.
At some point, I would like to hear about tokens and credits.
Tokenism credits.
Tokens and credits.
Okay. So let me show you. I have so let me show you this one. QN is a tool by Amazon. It's like ChatGPT or anything else. Every single time you are asking a question, it will, again, or let me just put it this way. Tokens are, or is the way that we calculate comparison. Let me just. Okay. So let me tell you what tokens are. So tokens are, whenever you're asking AI something, AI will need to go and think about it. So it means that it will go and do a mathematics behind the scene, okay? And the mathematics is based on the probability. For example, when I put the word, for example, when I say I, the next word is am in most of the cases. Or when I say I am, then what is the next one? This is something that AI is working based on. And again, if you check for AI and probability, you can see that it is mostly, like in most cases, you will see that there are some videos explaining that you see probability is a mathematical way. So it is checking what after each world can come. And then based on that, AI is kind of like predicting the information. Okay, so token is kind of like the way to measure how much of energy or brain of AI system is being used to solve one problem. If I ask AI to tell me something short, for example, or something which is not very heavy in terms of the size. For example, I give you a text that is saying, tell me more about, for example, Canada. That is something very simple, okay? If I say, tell me more about Canada and its history. This is basic, you know, it can easily go and find the answer and it can give us all the information. But if I want this to be more analytical, if I want this to go and check more and more data and then synthesize that information, in that case, it means that I need to kind of like simply say, I need to pay them more money to go and gather the information from some more other places. So this is where we are saying more tokens are being used. Now, if I want to use tokens, you know, for example, this is like simple answer. And this is not very expensive. These things that you see here, it doesn't cost too much money. So what does it mean? Let me show you this. DeepSeek versus ChatGPT token. cost. Benchmark AI cost, the only cost management platform, this. So every single question that you ask, you see DeepSeek API roughly 90% cheaper than ChatGPT. So what does it mean? You can create one application, and right now we are using, many of us are using application that is there for us. What does it mean? For example, this chatbot is an application, and behind the scene, it is using the information that is created by QN, right? If you go to DeepSeek, if I go to DeepSeek, it is using the information. Again, I can log in here. DeepSeek is also using the information here. And if I say, okay, just give me instant, it means cheap. It means if I just turn this off, smart search, nothing. It means I just ask simple question, get simple answers. And that simple answer can be sometimes correct, sometimes wrong. But if I want to do some complicated information, if I need complicated information, if I need something easy, it's easy. For example, it's like, which one is better for me to eat in the morning, oranges or, I don't know, water? This is simple. I can simply get something and it doesn't mean anything. But if I'm a researcher and I want to research that, and I want to understand, for example, healthcare reasons behind it, chemical reasons behind it, if I need more information, then I will click on expert, right? So this means that now the system is going to, deep think, and I just turn it on. So this simply says, instead of, for example, looking at 10 books and give me answers, go and look at 10,000 books and give me answers, right? But it means that the system it is going to cost them more money to go and find those and bring it to us. Okay? Now, right now, companies are not charging us money for these basic things for several reasons. One of the reasons is that they want to make their systems stronger. They are using us to learn and build up their systems. Because without us using their systems, they don't have information. They need to go and pay people so that they give them feedback. But now we are using their systems a little bit cheaper or without any costs, and then they are doing the things for us, but they are building up their systems as well. For example, if I go to ChatGPT, you see that I can ask questions, I can use voice, so when I'm adding pictures, when I ask ChatGPT to create a video or a picture for me, when I ask Gemini to make a music for me, when I ask Gemini to make a picture for me, when I ask these systems to deep think, this means that they are using lots of tokens to answer my question. It means that their systems, their computers are getting busy just because of my question or just because of my prompt or because of my request. Okay? Now, at this moment, when you're chatting with these systems, they are not charging you anything, or something like ChatGPT. If you are chatting with them, they will charge you, for example, $20, $30 per month. If I want to go with Cloud AI, Cloud is going to be a little bit different. Let me log in. You see, Cloud is going to, I have a paid version there. So Cloud says that if you want to use, it says, if you use this one, Haiku. Haiku is cheap, so it means that you can answer as many questions as you want, and it doesn't take lots of your credit. So what does it mean? If I go there into my account, under setting, under usage, I see that, you see right now they are putting some limitations on people. So Claude is different. ChatGPT is not limiting you, but Claude is saying if you want to use Claude, then you have some limitations to use per week. And if you want to use this very strong model, you also have limitations. And also you cannot ask as many questions as you want in a short span of the time. It means that they are giving you some credit to spend. Even I have a paid version, I also have limitations. So for example, if I use this cheaper model, which is Haiku, I can ask 100 questions. When I use Sonnet, which is a little bit one level better, instead of 100 questions, I can ask, for example, 70 questions. When I go to this Opus 4.8, because again, this is a little bit more expensive model, then instead of 100 going to 70, now I can only ask 40 questions. Now, if I go to Fable, instead of 40, I can only ask, for example, 20 questions. So because these systems are very sophisticated, the one on the top is very good for large analysis. So you can give a very large file to the system and it will do the analysis for you. Kind of like you are hiring a very smart and experienced person. This is like, okay, one level lower, and one level lower, right? So this is when we are using the chat. Now, if you can create a platform, you can create a tool, just like the snake game I showed you earlier. Now, imagine that a snake game is not only running on your computer, but you want to connect it to AI, and then AI will look at your snake game and say, based on this game, for example, or the way that you play, I think that you are, for example, you are left-handed or you are right-handed, things like this. Something that is capturing the information, doing analysis, giving you information back. Or if you remember last week when we created our agents use information, right? So use tokens. So you give some information to the agent and say, here are 10 PDF files, and then people will ask questions from the PDF files. Every single time they ask a question, some tokens are being used, depending on how much those, how long those questions are, and how many of those PDF files are being used, things like that. Some money, some token is being used every single time that you ask a question. Now, if you look at the cost, you want to say, okay, how much does it cost? For example, it says, for general task, flagship DeepSeek model cost around 0.30 per million input tokens, okay? So when it says per million input tokens, it means that for a simple question, it can cost you, for example, if you are chatting a little bit with system, it will cost you $1 to $2, depending on the model. Sometimes like DeepSeek is cheaper, the other ones are more expensive, right? And you see 0.50 per million output tokens compared to ChatGPT, the cost is like 2 to 5 per million input tokens and 15 to 30 per million tokens. So what does it mean? It means that you can go and read more about it. It means that, for example, every single time that you generate a picture with ChatGPT, if you are not using, if you create your own system and then that system is using tokens behind the scene to go and give this information, get the pictures from ChatGPT, if it it will something cost you about $3 to $5. Every single picture that you create can cost you about $5. Now, I don't know about you, but I sometimes create picture and I look at it, it's like, no, I don't like it, make one more. And it's like, no, it's not good, create one more. So imagine in 5-10 minutes, I can create 4 to, I don't know, 5 pictures, which can generally cost about, these like 5 pictures can be about like $50, right? But right now, ChatGPT is not charging us that money because it is refining the system. Now, I was talking to one of my friends. They use Cloud AI at work. And then he said they're working as a software company. He said from beginning of January to June for 6 months, the cost for their tokens was $2 million. $2 million for different things that they were like chatting or asking AI to do for them. It cost them $2 million. Now, by the end of the year, depending on which model they use, you see, if they use Sonnet, it's going to be cheaper. If they use Opus or Fable, it's going to be more expensive. He told me that in his company, they said you cannot use Fable because it will make our bills 5 to 10 times more expensive. Okay, so they want to avoid it. And they're teaching people to use cheaper models for simpler questions and to use it smartly. So again, because this was complicated, someone like ChatGPT, they said, let me just log in. They said, we don't, because previously people said, which one should I use? I don't know. I don't understand it. Like this one is better or that one is better. They were not having good understanding. So ChatGPT right now make a decision for you, which model to choose based on your question. So you see here, when you want to ask a question, these are the models. So we have, right now it's 5.6 Sol, then we have like 5.5, 5.4, and I remember like ChatGPT-2, things like that. And then depending on how deep you want the answer, if it's like instant, medium, and high, you can choose it. Again, I always use high for my activities because I want system to be like very accurate, and I work with lots of professional things with ChatGPT. So I always put it on medium or high when I'm doing this. Is it clear, Ken, or is it making it more complicated, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, that helps. I
Yeah.
think right now most of what we use is free and we have free resources at school, but I think once we coming soon and in the paid world, it's going to be pretty scary, very expensive. I was reading about Git Copilot, and it was free, or at least they changed their pricing policy, and now it's really, really expensive and people don't even want to use it.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that as these systems are becoming more sophisticated, they are also, the first good news was that DeepSeek came into the market, right? So it's not that much monopoly of like Western countries using their own models that are very expensive. So China is playing a role. You see, this DeepSeek can do lots of things for us with reasonable price. The same thing, you see this QN, they have also different versions. You see like max version, plus version, and they are also doing lots of things for free. There is also something else.
The
ZAI.
rule of thumb with anything in the world is that when the Western world makes it and finally decides to monetize it, the Chinese and the East will make it cheaper and better. It's
Well, yeah,
just whether with the AI, with cars, with everyday consumables. DeepSeek is way more intuitive than ChatGPT, if you guys notice.
well, we can have a debate on that, first of all, but thank you for bringing that up. I was talking to, I went to there was an innovation competition, and I was talking to someone there, and I said, he was from China, so like, you're very smart. He said, we are not as smart as some other countries, but we know how to copy everything. So yeah, well, they're not building the wheel from scratch sometimes, they just learn it and then. Yeah, let me tell you something funny about this. Cloud, this company, they realized that some weeks ago, I think DeepSeek or QN, one of them, was using a paid version of Cloud to train their own systems. So instead of getting raw data and train their system, they were using Cloud to just make their systems better. Now Cloud realized, oh, they're using us or they're misusing us, so they started limiting access to those systems, and so many of the accounts got suspended. You can go and read the news about it. But yeah, you're correct. Like again, I think from the like seeing it as okay, something is going to be liberalized, being able, like people are able to use it in many of areas, then things like this happen. But yeah, I agree with you that they are always looking and then taking things, and in so many ways the answers could be better. All of these tools, unfortunately, the Western ones or the Eastern ones, whatever you want to call them, they are biased in some ways. If you ask them some questions, depending on the question, if it is like more political, if it is related to health, if it is they can give you answers that are a little bit biased. Like they're not giving you the plain, clear answer. They don't sometimes, like if you ask, I remember, I don't know if we have anyone who from China in our class, but somebody from China last semester was asking some very recent political things from DeepSeek, and DeepSeek was not answering them directly, was just trying to, not answer the question, just moving around. Now look at this. This is also another new platform, Z.ai. So I think it's like they look and say, okay, you have X, now we have Z. So let's see if it is like, you can go and check this one and see if what it's capable of. But again, they are creating these models. This is like ZAI, we have QN, we have DeepSeek, we have lots of Western ones, and then there are so many other tools. So we can say AI model comparison, and there is there are some, this one, you can see that it's showing where each system is better, but again, it's different. For example, see, this is ChatGPT Soul, and it says you see the price for each of them. You see, this is what I told you. You see Cloud Fable 5, the cost is like 14.44, where the ChatGPT is like 7. And if I just sort it, you see DeepSeek, this Flash Max model is like 0.11. So 0.11, and then we are comparing it with $14. That's a big difference. And then you can see, but the thing is that there are different things that they are good at. For example, you see reasoning, who is on the top for the reasoning? You see, Soul is really great. For coding, which one is on the top? This one, 55.9. This is Cloud Fable 5. Right? And then again, there are some models, again, there are some systems that are giving you answers like this. When the models are cheaper, sometimes they hallucinate. This is something scary. You imagine that you create a model and then you're asking some question and it's giving you some mumbo jumbos. I remember I created one local model last year. I was showing it to some of the professors. It was in a conference. I was showing it to people that the model I created locally, so it was a very small model. And when I was saying, okay, tell me about World War II, it was giving some information about war. War is not good. Even the World War I was not good. World War II is not good. Giving me some very weird, wrong information. But anyways, these things are always available. And then again, I want you to know them, to be able to think about them, because everything is changing. Systems are changing. Some of these models are open models that people can see how they work. Some of them they are not, and there are costs associated to that. So one of the things that people right now might not realize is that, oh, AI is really great or AI is not great. But think about this, just something very, very simple. If a company like my friend's company last year, or just think about it this year, they are spending $6 million on AI. That $6 million go directly to the pocket of a company like Anthropic, right? So this is a cost for the company, for a Canadian company. Now, Canadian company has 6 million or is spending $6 million for some work to get done. The money is going directly to another company's pocket, which is outside Canada. Instead of this $2 million, if they wanted to get this job done maybe 2 years ago, 5 years ago, they had to hire people, right? If you give $200,000 to each people, 200,000, with $2 million, you can hire how many people? You know, so, and then that $200,000 that you are giving to people, they give a lot of that to the government back as tax. So government's pocket is also getting bigger and bigger because now people are making money, companies are giving them salary, their salary, like the tax is coming. Now, when they are putting this money into pockets of Anthropic or other companies like OpenAI company, the money will not come back to Canada at all. That is also the scary part. The same thing, the work is getting done. It was also getting done some years ago, but now because of what they're talking about it as or thinking about it as efficiency, then the things are getting. But the good news is that the quantum computers that right now are getting built are going to make lots of these things cheaper in the future. So something that we are paying for right now, so expensive, it's going to be cheaper in the future because of supply and demand. Just like how taxis were so expensive some years ago, but now it is cheaper to do it with tools like Uber or Lyft. Okay. Okay, let me. Make this one visible again. Some people like to call this week 11. Sometimes people like to call it week 10, depending on if they're counting on the week in the middle or not. But again, this AI in marketing is now visible to you. Just want to talk about this. We talked about different aspects of marketing before where we are using AI, but right now we're going to take a look at it and see more details on this. So one of my colleagues, Peter, created this. He is very into marketing, has lots of knowledge about it. So I am using that deck that he created. So when we are using AI, we are using AI in marketing in different ways. Okay, so we are using it in marketing research, social media management, creation of advertising of content, ethical consideration, and so these are the things that we will talk about here. Let's take a look at this. So first of all, we have two different concepts that we normally talk about: branding and marketing. So brand, it means the meaning for that product. And then marketing, it means motion. So what are we doing, or marketing, we could say, is how the promise is made visible, believable, and chosen. Any promise that we make. For example, think about a product like, or a company like Apple, right? So they have a promise. You think that they have good quality of product, and their systems are, secure, things like that. And then all of that, the marketing is going to make this visible. Okay, yes, this is, we can see that in your marketing. You're putting lots of ads there. You are putting lots of information out there about your business, about your product, and you make it visible. And then people will make it, it is like to make the things believable, and then they will decide like, okay, this is a good thing to have. Now let's choose it or not. So this is very important to understand what is a brand and what is marketing. So again, think about this. For example, in politics. Some months ago, or about a year ago, more than that, like more than years ago, some months ago, I can say, we had an election in the United States, right? And then, some people, they know what they want. Some people say, I want this person, or I want this person, or I like this idea of these people, or I don't like that ideas. But these are not a lot of people. Many people rely on, or they are like in gray area, and then they wait to see what is good. Think about this. For example, we have the same thing in brands, right? I know some people, they say, I always buy Nike shoes. Some people say, I love only Adidas. Some people will only buy New Balance shoes, when we are thinking about sports. But some people don't care. They said, okay, let's go, and I will wear different ones. I will take a look. If the color is okay, and if I like it, I will buy it, regardless of the brand. So this is where marketing can come and say, if you have backache, these shoes are the best for you. Or if you are, for example, in sports, for example, in baseball, you see most of the baseball players are wearing one specific brand. So people say, oh, if I want to be a very good player, I also need to follow them. So this is what we are seeing as marketing. So the motion around that. Now, you see, we used to think of the competitive environment as one of punctuated. So let me just describe this. What we are seeing is different now. So previously, lots of things have changed right now. Previously, some years ago, people were listening to the radios. People were reading newspaper. We had lots of billboards everywhere. But right now, many people, like I don't know if you noticed that or you know this. When I was using subway before, they were giving free newspaper to people, like every single morning. You remember that? We don't have it anymore. I think they stopped it after like COVID or something, or before COVID. I think maybe like 2018, 2019, around that time. And I don't see newspapers anymore. They're not giving anything to people, and people are not expecting to see them anymore. So newspapers were interesting because they were giving it to people regardless of what they liked. So everyone could see, for example, Apple iPhone on the first page. Everyone could see Rogers talking about their services on the first page or on the last page. But now people are using their phones, tablets, computers, so they cannot easily see everything everywhere. And the information is now getting filtered or getting channeled. So now you are seeing the things that you are more interested in. You might see lots of things, for example, about baseball. I might see lots of things about basketball. Someone else might see lots of things about fishing. Some people might see lots of things about, I don't know, cars, whatever they are interested in. So this is why AI is getting more important. Many companies are using AI right now to create their marketing stuff. And again, it is not only that part. Let me show you this. You see, when I go to cloud, for example, one of the things that everyone wanted to make sure that is happening is design. You see this one? Cloud can create slides for you, can create prototype for you. Do you see this one? I can use any of these. And let me show you. Got this. Design is doing for us in cloud. It is helping us to to create something for our brand. And for example, I can create all of the documents that I want, all of the material that I want, presentation, everything could be created with cloud, and it's going to be in one type, like everything will look similar, from like if you're thinking like there is a theme over there, like the color, the background color, the font, everything. Again, we have some fundamentals of marketing that are very important. You know, for example, the marketing should have identification. You know, for example, what are you seeing it as? Like when you're creating a brand or performance or experience or ecosystem or leadership. Now, think about it. Again, think about marketing for people. Okay, for example, if it's a presidential election, think about marketing for cars, think about marketing for food, think about marketing for colleges, right? Seneca, what is it good for? Like, or what are they thinking about, or what are they advertising all the time? So they have identification, performance, experience, you know, these are the things that we need to always consider when we are looking at the brands and the marketing materials that we're creating for them. You see, a brand, here it says, is a set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer's decision to choose one product or service over another one. Again, we talked about this when we were talking about what was that? The Coca-Cola. You know, people have some experience about it. They have memories. They have stories to tell about it. They have relationship to that. You know, so this is what we call it as a brand. For example, now, if I talk about a brand with you, for example, if I say McDonald's, right? McDonald's is a brand. Now you have lots of different things in your mind about it. You know, the good things or the bad things or the stories or the you know, memories that you might have from that. If the consumer, whether it's a business buyer, a voter or a donor, doesn't pay a premium, make a selection or spread the word, then no brand value exists for the consumer. What does it mean? Have you ever tried to, you know, when you want to buy a TV, do you know what is the most expensive brand for TV? Yeah, say it again, please. Sony. Sony is the most expensive one. And let me go to shopping here. You see this one? For example, LG, we have Samsung. Like if I want to go TV 7-inch, right? Then we have Philips, then we have Samsung here again. You don't see Sony. Because, you know, here, this one. So look at the range for the rest of them, 700, 800. And then when it gets to Sony, it is charging $1,000. Okay? Regardless of thinking, okay, is it really a better brand or not? Or is it really a better quality? Sony is charging more because of the name, because of the brand name. And then because of the brand name, they can charge more, so they can use better items there. They can have better customer service. I don't want to go into that details, but companies are with the brand. If they have a brand, they will charge extra, right? You can go and buy, for example, products that are, for example, if you are buying something that's like no name coffee. Okay, So look at this, no name coffee. This one is like $15. If you want to buy the similar size coffee with some brands, you need to buy 2 times more. Look at this. This is 100 grams. And it is $15.99 for no name. But if you want to get it for this is like $175 for 100 grams. This is 900. This is like a little bit less than a kilo, right? So they're giving it to for $16. And this one is 1/3 of that. And it's for $13. So if you want to get same, what happened to my screen? My screen is responding. Okay, it's back. Okay, so if you want to get, you see this one is like about the same, no, it's even less than that, but it's like $32. So why is this brand cheaper? Because they cannot charge the premium. This is what we call it as a paying the premium. So because they cannot charge a premium, the prices are lower. You see the screen is now. Okay. So, and then in marketing, you know, when we want to do the marketing, strategic growth options, we can imagine what we have right now with the market. We can sell, I will start with the first one. Sell more existing product to existing customers. Who is doing this? For example, Rogers. They say, oh, we will give you because you are a very loyal customer, because we love you, because your name starts with letter Z, because of this, because of that, we are giving you this. So they want to sell another thing to you as an existing customer because they say because you are loyal, they are selling more of what they have to you. There is nothing new, but they want to sell more because you are their customers. How can they do that? They will give you a discount, they will give you some credits, they will give you some bundles, right? They will do something to help themselves sell more of the existing product to the same customer. The other one, the orange one, it says sell new products to existing customer. Okay, this is what a company like Starbucks is really great at doing it. Starbucks will always introduce something new. Try our passion fruit coffee, vanilla, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, another like $6 for just one cup. So they have new products to existing customers. Because you are the customer, you will see the advertisement. Because you are the customer, you're going there, you will see that they have new products and you buy. The purple one here, the existing products to new customers. Okay. Someone, like this is a little bit difficult, right? But you need to go and advertise more because people who are your customers, you know them, they know you, you trust, there is like a trust between you. When you have existing customers, there is a trust. When there is a new customer, it is difficult to create that connection and then sell whatever you have to them. Sell existing products. So whatever you have to new customers. Sometimes companies are doing this and say, okay, if you do this, we will give you 10% off. This is only for our new customers. Or we will, for example, if you are thinking about phones, they say, okay, there is a cost for the phone, but if you are our new customer or there is like a fee for installation fee. If you're a new customer, we will waive that cost. So things like this will help the business to sell the existing products just to new customers. And then the last one is new product to new customers. What does it mean? For example, sometimes think about a business, a restaurant that is, for example, in downtown Toronto. Now they want to go and open up a new branch. For example, they were selling Greek food. Now they want to go and sell, I don't know, Arabic food somewhere else. Like they had a branch in downtown Toronto. Now they want to create a branch in downtown Mississauga. Something like that. So they are expanding their business. So you can expand with whatever you have to new or existing customers, or new product introduced to existing customer or new customer. Now look at this to see like where are we using AI here, right? Now you can see that this slide is a little bit small. I want to see if I can. Can make it larger. You need to download it if you want to. But you can see that it says there are different stages, right? Consider, explore, compare, test, and negotiate. So if you're thinking about the stages, okay, for example, right now you're sitting here, you don't want to buy a house. But say, okay, you know, let's see how does it work right now. For example, if I tell you that condos in GTA are getting very cheap, and many people can afford buying it now, maybe. I'm just giving examples. So you might consider, or for example, I was having a conversation with one of your classmates. Maybe I want to consider buying a scooter, e-bike, something like that, right? Then I will go and check, explore to see what the options are. And then I would say, okay, I found one in Best Buy. There is another one in, for example, Amazon. Let's see which one is better. What are the advantages? And then I say, okay, let's just test it to see if it works. And then I will go to negotiation. Okay, can I have this one or that one? And, you know, I can just buy the product. Okay. So I don't want to go into some of those details. Some of them are like very detailed. Now look at that. Previously, people were doing a Google search. Okay, so for example, if I want to do it, I can just go there and say e-bike for adults. Okay, now I see the shopping options. And they are with different prices, like $300, something like $900, or $1,000, $1,200, $300. Okay, so there are lots of options there. $3,000. Okay. Now this is Google, and again, right now I see commuter e-bikes. Mountain e-bikes, I have different ones. So previously people were only using Google for their search, but now many companies are using, or many people might use AI to do that. Okay, so I can go to ChatGPT and I can say, you know, there was something that was, they're like coming and going. They're not still sure what they want to do with that, but they were having something like to help you buy the product, but it doesn't show it anymore right now. Or I can go to Perplexity. Perplexity also has some options here. Look at this. I would say I want to buy what are my options in Toronto? Okay, now it is, it says share, okay, I will share the location. Allow this time. Got it. I cannot share the location because of the Seneca policies. And then you see it says best next step if you want this. I'm saying show me some products to choose from. So if I'm asking AI to do this for me, it means that I'm not going through normal methods of looking at the products, right? So the ones that I had before from Google, that one is gone. So this is how generative AI is changing. Okay. So this is one important thing. Now, people are adding it, and then not many people right now are buying the products from Google search and things like that. Some of them are buying the products from social media. Have you ever heard of affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing, it means that you don't know the product. Okay, you know, it says is performance-based revenue sharing model where you earn a commission for promoting another company's product. So you have nothing, but you have 200 followers on Instagram, right? Because you, I don't know, because you do something, because you are, I don't know, you're an artist, you are doing something interesting, because you are very, I don't know, because of your music, something that you do, like you're making videos on Instagram for about Toronto, for example. So whatever you do, you have lots of followers. Now, you will post something there and say, you know, I don't know if you have seen this. They say, okay, I went to Sephora these days and I bought this product. This is very good for your skin. Or if you want your hair to smell like melon, you can buy this and then apply this to your hair, you know, when you're washing it. I loved it. So this is called affiliate marketing. They are not advertising. They are more than advertising. They are sharing their experience with their network, and people will buy the product not only because of the product, but because it was introduced by someone else to them. Previously, I remember, for example, someone like Michael Jordan were introducing something like Air Jordan, and then it's like, oh, this is the product that I like, and or it was always showing, you see Air Jordan is like the logo is there, and then because of that, like some money was going to Michael Jordan. I think you know Michael Jordan, right? The basketball player. And because of that, it was happening. Now that is advertisement, but affiliate marketing is when you advertise. For example, you create a website and you are advertising different types of, I don't know, dishwashers, right? And then you have different dishwashers from different companies. If you sell it on your company, if you want to sell it, when people click on the link, you are not the seller. It will take them to the seller's website, and then they buy it from there. So you are just playing a role of a connection. This is what we call it as affiliate marketing. So AI is touching that part, right? Market research is also very important. What is market research? When you want to launch a product, sometimes you need to do a research, like, okay, let's see if people really like it or not. Now, previously, we needed to have, for example, something that's called focus group. So what is focus group? Focus group is the is a group of people that is a sample of the big group. For example, if I want to do something for your class at Seneca in this class, if I want to, instead of just giving it to every student, I will choose 3 students and say, okay, I want to give you this, for example, assignment. Do you like it or not? What do you think about it? And based on the feedback that these people give me, then I will make adjustments and then give the product to people. Many companies are using focus groups, for example, when they want to make a product, something, for example, a drink or a type of cookie or a type of coffee, they will give it to the people and say, okay, drink this coffee, for example, 5 different samples. Which one do you like? And then they will say, okay, this one is better. Why? Because of the taste is this, because of that. Or sometimes they say, this one is too sweet, this one is too bitter. So the focus group is a group of people representing the big group. Then they will give you feedback, and based on that, you will do your marketing, right? For example, if I have a product for kids between the age of 5 to 7, how do I know that this product is good? How do I know that kids will like it? I'm an adult. It is difficult for me. So I need to find some people, some kids. For example, 50 kids, I will give it to them, see if they like it. If the results are positive, then I will say, oh, this is amazing. This is working for this group. Or they were like interviewing in person, telephone. Maybe you don't remember that. Sometimes they were doing it with the mail. So you were receiving a paper in the mailbox, and then it was prepaid. They say, okay, tell me what you like about this product, blah, blah, blah. And then you had to fill it out and you had to send it back to them. And they were giving something to you for free. For example, I don't know, maybe like they were selling, I don't know, for example, dishwasher pods, right? They were giving you 1 pod for free, or they were sending you like 2, 3, or like a small package for free. And then in return, you had to do an interview for them or to do a sample for them and then do this. Experiments, databases, structured observations, surveys. So there were different things that people were doing to do the market research. When we say databases, for example, you can go into Census Canada and then see how many people do we have, for example, in Ontario, between the age of 50 to 70, right? Then based on that, you are going to make a product for them or remove the product for them, right? So this is where AI is playing a role in market research. And again, AI can help because it can do the data analysis and it can do lots of different things. For example, right now, you can ask, let me show you this. Do you know Grok AI? Grok AI is Elon Musk's platform, right? So let me log in. I have an account with all of them. I try to test all of them as much as I can. We're updating them, got it. Okay, now here I would say, can you take a look at what people say in X about, for example, cost for publishing their articles on peer-reviewed journals, and what are their solutions? So I want to see, because there is a cost for publishing, right? And it says because it's high demand right now, please try again. So it doesn't let me use the free one right now. Let's just do it one more time. Sometimes they can, you see, right now it doesn't let me ask this question. Again, as you said, let's see if DeepSeek is able to do it right now. And because this is something more analytical, this is DeepSeek usage. You remember you were talking about tokens? So I created an application, and this app is charging me like $5 for this API. It's like charging me money. Okay, so let me just go back to DeepSeek chat, and I want this, and I want this to. I don't want a deep think, but I want a smart search. Now you see. Based on the formal analysis discussions on X, Twitter, the cost is this, and then what people are saying about it, financial and emotional burden, solutions being discussed, institutional agreement, waivers, alternative publishing models. You see, so I can see the results, I can see the answers, right? Without going out asking people, AI can go and check what people are saying and then give me feedback. You see generative AI concerns for search, Seneca libraries. So again, some of these information that you see here is correct, some of them is not. So Ken is asking, is it only Grok that can access? No. Grok used to have more access to data, and then you can filter it better. But some of the X data is public, so all of the other tools can also search that. But Grok was like way much better before. I don't like Grok right now because every single question you have to ask, or when you want to create pictures, it's going to charge you a lot of money, or you need to get super Grok. You see, like you have this one for $10 per month, which is limited. This is like the light version, and then you have different ones that are more expensive. And the thing is that I have used Grok before a lot. It is not very strong from what I see from my perspective. So to me, it's not worth it to get Grok with this cost. So again, AI, people say, okay, from privacy perspective, we have to think about it. From the copyright perspective, it is using some people's rights. So these are the things that we could see now and then. Again, people are thinking about solutions. We have had enough years to think about it. It's about 4 years now that we have AI, with generative AI public to be used or to be introduced to the public. So we're getting better. About CO2 environment, yes or no, and no. There are many articles about it. Some people say, oh, AI is using lots of water, lots of energy. There are debates. Again, we need to spend some money or some of the resources to make it better, go to the next level, and then things will get much better and easier. Again, you can go and read a lot about this. Non-ethical uses, yes. For example, one of the non-ethical uses was people were using Grok before to create nude pictures of other people. And they were like posting it on social media, and that created lots of problems. And I think one of the reasons that Grok made it to be paid is the same reason, that they don't want people to misuse it. They want people to pay. So if they misuse it, they can easily track them, close their account and things like that. And something that is called, biases, that is correct. Sometimes the information is not always correct. I don't know if you remember this or not. Many of the analysis or the books that we had in healthcare before was analyzing and checking people with some specific skin colors, and some of the other ones were excluded, and the results were different. So this is why at one point COVID vaccines were working for some people, were not working for the other ones, because it was not for everyone. Or if you ask AI, this is something that they realized some years ago, they were asking AI to go and hire people for some positions, especially for upper level positions. And imagine, for example, if you ask AI to find someone to be the next president of the United States, if it is checking the previous information, do you think that the next person AI is suggesting is a male or a female? Is a male. Because we never had a female president in the United States, right? This is what we call it as bias, because maybe there is someone who is capable and people are trusting that person, and then the gender will become something secondary, not to be something primary to consider. And another thing is hallucination. So these bigger models that we have, they have less hallucination. And hallucination is when the system is giving you some wrong information. So, for example, I remember I was working with a Copilot, and Copilot, I said, Copilot, I want you to create this Word document file for me. And then Copilot said, okay, here is the link. And there was no link. I said, no, I want you to give me the Word document. Said, yes, you can download it from the link. I said, there is no link. And then Copilot said, yes, there is a link. And I said, like, I don't see that. Are you working on it? It's like, yes, I'm working on it. Wait a little bit more. And then after like 5 minutes, I said, what happened to the link? It said, which link? I said, the link that you said you're having. It's like, oh, no, maybe I made a mistake. I didn't have a link. So this is what we call it as hallucination. Or one time, I gave my resume to ChatGPT, and I said, go and improve my resume here. And then ChatGPT added some extra work that I didn't work. I said, like, for example, it said you work at University of Toronto for 2 years. I said, no, I never worked there. Why did you add it there? How did you figure it out? I don't know. So this is what we call it as hallucination. The good news is that hallucination is getting, we will see less and less hallucination these days. Okay. Now, again, agents, when we have systems or agents that are using AI to do the search, now that search is a little bit different right now. If you want to have a better understanding, if you want to search for a product, search it with Google, and then, or search for anything, or search it with Google, and then you can search it for DuckDuckGo. Do you know DuckDuckGo? It's a search platform, something like Google, right? Now, if I look for my name, for example, Google is giving me some information here. If I look for my name under DuckDuck, it will give me some other links maybe. Something that you were not seeing it there, something more or less. right? So this is very important. Now, if you're searching something here, for example, let's say cost of living in Canada. Now, if I search it here, and if I search it in Google, I will get different results. Cost of living, and then here, cost of living, and then city cost of org. You see some of the websites that I see there are not popping up here. And the reason is that, Google is getting paid to show the results to you, right? So there is always a competition, which website will come first. So something like GoGoDoc will help you to, for example, you see it says protected. So it's not tracking your search. If it tracks your search, then it will show you something else. So again, lots of brands are right now using AI. It is getting more and more difficult to know what videos or what are the contents that are AI generated, what are the contents that are not AI generated. You can see that sometimes when I'm watching the news, I think like, is it a real person or is it AI? Sometimes you can have this feeling. And again, they are adding it there. If you heard about it, Synthesia, if you look at this company, they do lots of interesting things. Look at this.
Hey, I'm Ada, an AI avatar, and I'll show you how to make a video with Synthesia. Look how simple it is to edit the script and even swap avatars.
Solid choice. Hi, I'm Julia. Nice to meet you. I wasn't expecting guests, but since you're here, feel free to add comments and tweak anything to get the perfect result.
Okay, so again, you can go and check Synthesia. I don't know if they still have it. Let me see. They were working on something very interesting. You could create your own avatar and you could add it to Zoom. So it was going into Zoom meetings with your own avatar. And based on the information you were giving it, it was talking in a meeting. And they were working on this project. So it was your voice, it was the knowledge that you were giving to Synthesia, and it was your avatar. So people were thinking that you are really sitting in that meeting, taking notes, talking to them, but it was not real. So I don't know if they are still moving that project forward or not, but these are like scary, right? So if you're talking to someone, is it that real person or is it? Okay. So again, there are so many tools over there. You can see them. They are nice for, or they are like very good for marketing. And it is helping marketers in every stage, from understanding, from their products, to create their products, to understand the market needs, to do market analysis, to add new products, to expand their business, to do the analysis for that. All of those are getting done by AI, or you can use AI to help you with those kind of analysis. And in creating content, it can help you in creating the, again, bringing that or connecting that promise that you want to have from your you are bringing from your brand to the marketing to the customer service, AI can still do lots of things over there and help you build a better business and, you know, make more money and more profit down the road. But again, there are costs associated to that. We talked about it. So you have an understanding that it's a good solution, but it's not, you know, it's not like totally every solution that you see over there that is not exactly what you see. One more thing, I think the course surveys are there available to you. If you like the course, if you want to say anything about it, you could go there and do the surveys for Seneca. I don't see the results personally. I just see the overall at the end. So I don't know who said what, but for example, if people like the content or someone would say, you know, it is better to do this, not to do that, or I like this part of the course, or I don't like that part of the course. These are very helpful. Seneca will look into that, and they would also share them with us. But as I said, they're coming as anonymous, so we don't, I don't see who said what. So you are completely protected if you want to say whatever you want. Don't say bad things there because then the management can see who said what. They don't just share it with me or the professors. Okay, any questions, anything you want to say, you want to add? You want to go and play some Snake before your next class meeting? Do you want to add anything, any questions you have? Okay. So I will stop sharing here. Thank you everyone for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Professor.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.